Excellent. Nick Durr, you're back.
I am back, and so are you.
I am too. My name's Adam. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Mastery Podcast. This is my compatriot, Nicholas Durr. He's 26, I'm 43. Together, we are 69. You know that?
Well, obviously, we do everything live.
That sounded way nerdier than it was supposed to.
We're both getting tattoos.
That's right, yeah. If you haven't been with us in a while, there's so much to unpack here. But what this is all about for us is building a community. And that's what all of our explorers who are listening or watching on YouTube are all about. The explorers are on the path with us. We are on the path and the pursuit of mastery. It's a fun ride to be on. Our goal is to help people figure out how to make more of the money they make, how to live better, build a bigger life, not a bigger lifestyle, and ultimately own your income. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm curious, as it relates to community.
Yep.
Tell me about the communities you're building.
Yeah. Well, I think what's really cool about this podcast and YouTube channel is that obviously it's virtual, right? Mm-hmm. We've got people listening in Los Angeles, people listening in Austin, Florida,
Kansas City, Sedona, Arizona,
New York,
yeah,
and even international too. So it's really, really cool. As I think about community, oftentimes I think I can be, for example, the shirt I'm wearing is FPA Next Gen, so young professionals out to make a difference in the financial industry. But however, with the podcast and YouTube channel community, for me, it's like you can be a part of any community anywhere in the world,
right? And
so really, what we're doing is making a global difference. And participating as explorers in a global community.
Totally.
And regardless of where you are, or how much money you have, or how old you are, or what level of income you're earning, particularly around mastery of money, there's always the relationship to money and the mindset around money.
Yes.
And if there's anything that I've discovered being a part of different forums and groups and communities talking about money is that regardless of someone else's circumstances, I can learn something when they start to share authentically about their relationship to money. I can find myself in them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And ultimately, we hope that's what you're getting in listening to the show, is that some of what we talk about, you can resonate on your own level and take action. Because candidly, that's all we're doing on a daily basis, is taking more and more action towards the mastery of money, whether that be bettering our investments, our knowledge, our network of people who can share with us. And so that's what we're here for you for. One of the communities that I'm a part of is the FinCon community. Woo. And FinCon was started by a guy named Philip Taylor. We know him as PT Money, ptmoney.com. And PT is an absolute stud as it relates to bringing people together around this topic of financial education. So you'll find in the FinCon group, lots of podcasters, lots of bloggers. In fact, the tagline for FinCon is where money and media meet. And that's where a number of our friends have been connected and where we get great information from. Mm-hmm. So if you're somebody who likes this stuff, not only are the bloggers and podcasters now showing up for FinCon, but so are the fans. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think is really interesting about this. There's some people who are rabid about devouring this information.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Money Mustache and the Mustachians that he has as followers. These people are like just avid, rabid consumers of his content. Mm-hmm. And many of those folks are now showing up to FinCon. So if it's something you're intrigued by or interested in, go check out FinCon. The next FinCon event will be in Washington, D.C., which should be quite interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. And it's actually, for those of you listening and watching, I would say it's where you and I reconnected.
Yes.
Because you had always been someone that was a mentor and coach of mine and someone that I had known, but it wasn't until FinCon when I started my business and got reconnected and was masterminding and all that stuff.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
So true.
I actually have a sticker of the FinCon logo in Orlando, and then the one before that was in Dallas, on my laptop, because it's a reminder for me that it's actually like the anniversary of my business is when FinCon happens.
Interesting.
Yeah, so FinCon's awesome.
So this might be a good time too to tell the story of how this came to be and the podcast came to be. After FinCon, and I realized that Nick was doing work in the financial space that was really meaningful. He was coaching individuals to understand their money better and kind of determine and define their relationship with money.
Yep.
And I was really like super impressed with what he was doing.
You were super what?
I was super impressed.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I just
because
like
you were
hearing that.
invested. It was the best day ever. Do you remember that, John?
I do.
And so
What a travesty.
what happened was I called Nick and we were having a chat and I said, how married are you to the work you're doing? I think it would be really powerful for you to roll some of your content under my brand, which is the Mastery of Money.
Mm-hmm.
And remind me what you said in the moment.
Yeah, there was a moment where I actually said, Adam, I don't know how to language this, but I feel like you want to hire me.
Yes, it was sort of like that.
Yeah, but I do remember saying like it was an opportunity I could not pass. Right, there was. I remember from my perspective, the reason why I reached out and called is because I was doing an audit of my life and I was having a conversation with a really good friend of mine named Dimitri, and we were talking about how long it takes to master something, which
Yes.
is at 10,000 hours, right?
Yes.
And we were like, how long would it take to master life? And so we were like, what about 10,000 days? So I actually did the math and looked at when my 10,000th day on Earth would be. And it's this year, September 29th, 2019.
Whoa.
And so I wrote a letter to myself standing in that future as if it was a done deal. And I wrote, where I was in my business, where I was living, who I was surrounded with, etc. And one of the actions after writing that letter was to call you. And so we started sharing, I was sharing my, goals for 2019, second year of Oxford and Brogues, and that's when Adam was like, he's up to the same thing too. So two heads are better than one.
That's cool.
And
so what we're doing now, before I get to that, what I should also mention is Nick it sounds like you're trying to hire me and all that stuff. He said, I'll do you one better. How about I move to Des Moines in January? Which I was like, you're out of your mind because it's just colder than a bejesus here in January. So he moves to Des Moines in January. We start the Mastery podcast, as well as working on a couple of really cool projects for outside clients, creating financial content.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do some really amazing things and talk about those in the coming episodes. But we wanted to give you the backstory. So now what we're doing is we're building a media publishing company in the financial literacy and personal development space. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And we're excited you're here and you're with us on the show. Share the videos that you like with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and then if you have questions for us, because we always love taking questions,
Yes.
we'll even bring you on the show with us if you want. Let us know. Questions at masteryofmoney.com. Questions at masteryofmoney.com is the email address. We'll get in there and we'll answer those questions either here or live in person with you over the phone with us.
Yeah. And, it goes without saying, but we're going to say it anyway because it is authentic for us. But we really, really do appreciate you listening and watching. It's really fulfilling for us to be able to do what we're doing. Because literally, if you were not here listening to the words as they're literally going through your eardrums, we'd be talking to a camera in a room in Des Moines.
Dude, let's be honest, we'll do that anyway.
Yeah. But it's much more fun to create that community.
True.
And be able to
Very
share
true.
with all of you.
Very, very
We
true.
would do it still anyway.
So with that, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Stay tuned. There's lots more of the Mastery Podcast coming straight up.
Yep.
Boom!